Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. The elder apostles, the bishops in Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson. Hey, and here we are. Hey, call Haloyim Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I mean? The water Yahweh Shai. Hey, we will find you. This is DJ Trump, man. Hey, we knew he would do this, man. We knew we needed this guy up in there, man. Right? We're trying to go home, man. Right? It's about to get tough, but it's better to go through this pain and get it over with, right? You know, you ever been in trouble when you were a kid, and you're like, yeah, man, let's just get this over with. You know what I mean? Hey, man, because like Scripture says, your day star will be there in the morning, right? Pain cometh, but joy cometh in the morning, right? Yahweh Shai will be our day star, right? Which will be that would be that rulership, right? Right? The true Illuminati, right? The true illuminated ones, right? The true Satan or Lucifer, Salakia. The true Lucifer, right? Right? Lucifer meaning light bearer, right? 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 The true Illuminati, the Lucifer, right? But in righteousness, man. Yeah, not Lucifer in wickedness, right? Because that's this thing. Their light is dim, man. Right? It says we will find you. This is Donald J. Trump. We will find you, and we will kill you. Trump announces launch overseas attacks. Right? This is supposed to be raw story. Says just afternoon, ET says Donald Trump took to his truth social account to boast that he ordered an overseas attack less than 2 weeks after taking office. Yeah, it says without providing much in the way of the details and using claims of attack to bash his predecessor, President Joe Biden, Trump wrote this morning, I ordered precision military airstrike on senior ISIS attack planner and other terrorists he recruited and led in Somalia. These killers who we found hiding in caves threaten the United States and our allies. It says he claimed to destroyed caves they lived in and killed many terrorists without in any way harming civilians. Our military has targeted this ISIS attack planner for years, but Biden and his cronies would not act quickly enough to get the job done. I did, right? The message to ISIS, all others who would attack America is that we will find you and we will kill you, he added. Yeah, so, this going to go, really well with the lesson that Elder Malcolm X did. I'm about 6 minutes into his lesson, and he got this guy. Well, let's go ahead and listen to it. But this is this is along the line of what's going to happen, man. What's going down?
You who Donald Trump is and what country he actually stands for, because it's not America. Donald Trump has come into office and he's said a lot of things. He's made a lot of moves that made even people that doubted him completely think, hey, this guy might be the right person. But it's all a farce. I told you in the beginning that he was the law and order president. He was all about the military and patriotism. How many times did we hear him say that? America first, patriotism, another one of the isms. As soon as he becomes president, he puts the Muslim travel ban into effect, which causes Iran to threaten to drop the dollar. And then within 6 hours of that claim, all of a sudden, they're doing nuclear missile tests. And then Trump hits them with sanctions. And now all of a sudden, Iran's continuing to do this anyways. They know that this is a death wish, that this will cause all-out war, but that's exactly what Trump's job is to do. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to prove it to you right now. This is the Freemason man god, Albert Pike, in the letters he wrote to Manzini, outlining 3 world wars that would need to occur. The first 2 world wars, just as he recommended, happened and unfolded just as he said. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agentur of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the Muslim Arabic world, and the political Zionism, the state of Israel, mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on the issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economic exhaustion. And it goes on, but if you follow...
That's why it says on the dollar bill, order ab chaos. All right, order out of chaos. All right, and they also, and was it Novus Ordo Seclorum, which basically means a new world order. All right, which if you said that years ago, you were called a conspiracy theorist, but no longer, because it's become conspiracy. Yes, fact. Yes. Conspiracy, no, actually. But this is Revelation 11, and
yeah. So I'm just I just fast forward a little bit to get back to the part where we're at, so we can pick up.
Surrounding Donald Trump, including his own son, are not for America, and Donald Trump will indeed start the world war that Manzini and Albert Pike outlined. And you'll see this. Watch this.
Michael Aboud, Communications Coordinator, Donald J. Trump for President, Sephardic Jew. Paul Schleitner, Chairman, Supervisory Board, Deutsche Bank, Donald Trump's largest lender, Ashkenazi Jew. Miriam Adelson, Endorser, Donald J. Trump for President, Donor, Future 45 PAC, Finance Vice Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Sheldon Adelson, Endorser, Donald J. Trump for President, Donor, Future 45 PAC, Finance Vice Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Paul Atkins, Member, President Trump's Strategic and Policy Forum, Ashkenazi Jew. Brian Ballard, Finance Vice Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Elliot Broidy, Vice Chairman, Trump Victory Committee, Finance Vice Chairman, Trump Presidential Inaugural Committee, Ashkenazi Jew. Safra Katz, Executive Committee Member, Trump Presidential Transition Team, Ashkenazi Jew. Michael Cohen, Executive Vice President and Special Counsel, the Trump Organization, Ashkenazi Jew. Director, United States National Economic Council, Ashkenazi Jew.
Okay, so now that's when it starts speaking.
So, as you can see, it's about the, you know, this all fits as far as what starting this war. Yeah, so this is Daniel chapter 7 verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, of the other which came up before them, 3 fell, right, which goes into the Salakia, the English, the French, who was it? English, French. Oh, Spain, Salakia. England, French, and Spain fell, right? Because Spain was the catalyst to the whole thing. Was the one who basically funded coming to the so-called New World over here in America, Babylon the Great, right? But then, you know, they had their differences, basically trying to get control over the world, which ultimately that's what they're doing now. They all have the same plan. They all have the same agenda. Is, you know, somehow we got to keep the world in the Edomites' hand, but none of them agree about about the way about doing it, right? Or who's going to be in charge, right? Because they feel like, hey, you Edomites that's in America, or you Edomites in the West, you had your shot, you ruled. Now maybe us Edomites in the East or Edomites over here, maybe we need to get our shot. So I can clear my throat. So what's occurring? It says so that basically they war between each other. To, of course, they set it all up, which was a setup, like the Boston Tea Party, that fight. It was all a setup. It was all phony to make it look like they're separating from England. So it looks like, and it propped America up basically. And then later on, England gave over their power to America, so America have the world currency, right? Because at one time the world currency was England, the pound, right? So, but America's just the face of all this thing, right? So, and so of course at the time they, you know, it was the New World. They were fighting over it, right? And it says even that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, right? Which the other horn that came out would be America, right? And it spake great things, you know, whose look was more stout than his fellows, right? Because in America ended up getting this super great military, right? At one point in time, it was like the best military in the world. Yeah, so this is Psalms chapter 10, verse 3. For the wicked, right, which Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, right? It says, for the wicked boasteth, right? And that's what they were saying Trump was doing, boasting, right? He's an Edomite, man. So that's what he's going to do. He boasteth of his heart's desires, right? They're talking about the Nuos Orosoclorium, right? They put it on their dollar bill, right? Talking about their enterprise, right? They're bragging to you. They're putting it in your face, telling you about the biometrics, right? Bio meaning body, metrics meaning a an amount, right? A certain amount, right? So you're gonna have to get that type of thing, and they're boasting about it, right? And blesseth the and blesseth the covetous, right? So what is that whole thing with with Gaza, right? That's Benjamin Netanyahu is covetous, and basically by Trump saying I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. He's talking about blessing the covetous, right? Saying, hey, well, pretty much Israel's army is the American military. So you're blessing the covetous with your military, right? You're blessing them, whom Yahweh abhor, man. So the Lord can't stand you, man. He separates himself from such a thing. So it can't be God bless America, right? He abhorreth the wicked through the pride of his countenance, right? And that's basically what Trump is setting up, man. You can see the posture, right? It's no longer the Gulf of Mexico; it's the Gulf of America. We're gonna take over the Gaza Strip. That's being covetous, which Yahweh abhorreth, man. And the Lord hates pride too, right? The Lord separates himself from the pride, right? Because pride goes before the fall. Will not seek after the power, right? Their whole thought process is not to seek after the Most High, man. Not to seek after righteousness. They have their military, they have their power, they have all these different things. Now they have their so-called prophets, their AIs, right? Their AIs are their prophets. So they're not looking for to the Lord, because the Lord does the things a certain way. Because the prophets are these lowly men, out on the highways and the byways. The people in their mind are nothing. Just the people from the ghettos, the barrios, and the reservations. They're nobodies. But on the contrary, hey, the Lord esteemeth his elect, man. Right? So it says, the power of the Most High Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, is not in all his thoughts. Right? He ain't thinking about the Most High. Right? Yeah, I believe this is the point. 5. It says, his ways are always grievous, right? So what's happening in Gaza, man? Nothing but grievous. What's getting ready to come here? Well, they already starting it, right? With Issachar, with the Northern Kingdom, but it's going to seep into Southern Kingdom too, because who's going to be affected? Benjamin, right? Because that's not a province. No, Jamaica's not a province of America, so they'll be grabbing you up too. Haiti, which are Levi, right? Because I remember a dude was a Benjamite when I was in high school, and he disappeared for a while, and then he popped back up. Everybody was like, "Man, where you been at? What happened?" And he was like, "Hey, they got me. They deported me, and I had to get my way back." But then he was at school. So the craziest thing is, we were in high school, so he had somehow they were able to put him in school and all that, man. I don't know, it's crazy. But that's where we seen him at school, in class, And he was like, yeah, they deported me, and we had to basically find a way to get back. And he was like, he just got back. Right? So it's gonna affect you Southern Kingdom too. Right? But it's really all the tribes, because it's really what they're aiming for, right? To put forth grievous towards you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians first and foremost, but into all the world, right? Because that's their whole thing. Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight, right? So he's not thinking about, the Lord's. That's one of the scriptures. He said that the Lord's not going to require it. I don't think the Lord's, he forgot him. Like the Lord, I think the Lord forgot these guys. You know what I'm saying? We on the highway and the byway, they see it. They get a little nervous from it, because it's like, damn, the way they're bringing out the script, it is pretty powerful. They could see things starting to happen, but at the same time, like when you read, Wisdom of Solomon 5? They got so much doubt and unbelief within them, with all the things that's happening. It's like they still don't believe it until it actually happens. And that's going to, and that's the most beautiful part, man. What the Lord said, to see your enemies fall. So while you're raising up, getting beamed up into the chariots, you're watching your enemies fall, and then beholding with weeping and gnashing of teeth with regret, and saying, hey, damn, I thought they were, basically they thought we was BSing. We thought it was all BS. He said, I counted their life madness, right? And but let me keep on going, because it's above all, out of his sights, the judgments of the Most High, man. Like the Lord ain't gonna require all the things that he's doing, right? As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them, right? And not just the enemies, man, even his so-called constituents, man. That's basically what Trump is doing. Hey, you know what? Here, you get a tariff, and you get a tariff. I'm the king of the world. Y'all better know. Y'all better bow down to America. See, and at one point in time, that could have flew, right? See, but Trump, is used to the '80s era, right? '80s, '70s, '80s era, when we could have got away with that type of stuff in the '80s and the '70s, right? But this ain't that time that, with all these other people having nuclear capability, let the weak say I'm strong. Hey, it ain't really the time to do that. But hey, he's making the attempt to put forth, to puff up at him. You know what I mean? At everybody, he have said in his heart, La'ab, his mind, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be at adversity, man. He said, look, we ain't worried about any of this, man. If God do come back, we ready for him. Right? We're gonna fight him. Right? Yeah, so this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 12. It says, and the 10 horns, right, dealing with NATO, right, which thus saw it, are the 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as of yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour. Right, and this is them knowing that they have but a short time. Right, the Lord is just giving them that short space, right, to rule, right. And they've been ruling 1 hour with the beast, right? So all these other countries, they were ruling at one time. Like the guy was speaking about how world trade used to be, you had to come to the West to do trade, or if you wanted something, but it ain't no longer. Now you got to go to the BRICS. So at one point in time, when you spoke about trade, or you wanted to build a train, or you wanted to build a building, or you wanted to revamp your country and this and that, you had to you had to go to Britain, you had to come to America, you had to go. Countries would have to come and borrow from this country, from Britain, from the G7. But now it's no longer the G7. It's the what did he call it? The South. Right. But yeah, basically the BRICS. Now you got to go to the BRICS. That's what it's saying. Because everything is transitioning. It's changing, and they're moving as if they have that same old power. And it says 1 hour, and those and these have one mind, right? Dealing with the Nous Ordo Seclorum, right? Because that's their aim. And all of them, pretty much all these, even Putin, all of them, they all pretty much are on that thing. But something's gonna happen, with the way Trump is boasting, where he's acting like he's more stout than his fellas, where he's puffing up at everybody, right? And I believe they're gonna be like, hey, we know this is supposed to be a charade, and so we could bring in a new world order, but you know what? I don't like your tactics. I don't believe you're gonna give us a fair shake, or something's gonna happen, because the Lord, well, even the Lord said that. He said He's gonna put an evil thought in their mind, right? Matter of fact, yeah, but for now, let's just go with this, because that's for another lesson. But because they're all collectively going to fight against Yahweh Shai. All these nations are, right? That's ultimately what I'm getting at. So these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast, right? The fourth beast, right? Going into the fourth industrial revolution, giving them that power, running everything off a digital currency, one world currency, right? Nous Ordo Seclorum, right? Novus Ordo Seclorum, right? It says, these shall make war with the Lamb, right? Which that's Yahweh Shai. So all these people, all the nations are gonna come together and make war with the Lamb, right? Which is Yahweh Shai. But at the same time, the Lord is gonna cause them to basically fight each other too. You know what I'm saying? It says, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for He is the Lord of Lords and King of Kings. Right? You think you're a Lord? You think you're ruling over things? You think you're a king, Trump? Guess what? The King of Kings is here, man. And that's what Yahweh Shai is going to come and do. And they that are with Him are called, chosen, and faithful, right? Dealing with the elect, man. The elect is coming with Him, right? So, that's just a little quick one. Just recognizing how these things, they're gonna well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do it one more. Yeah, so this is Proverbs chapter 21 and 1. It says the king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever He will, right? So the Lord can change your thoughts, how you feel, whatever's going in your mind. He can change everything from day to day. You think you're in control. but you're not, right? It says every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but Yahweh pondereth the hearts, right? The Lord thinks about how he wants you to feel, how you want you to think, right? Yeah, see, this is Ezekiel chapter 38 and 10. Thus saith the Lord out of the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakadash. It shall also come to pass that at that same time shall things come into thy mind, right? Because the Lord controls the mind. He said, I'm going to have things come into thy mind. Then some things should come into thy mind. The same time that same time shall things come into thy mind, la'ab, right? Heart, your mind. It says, and thus shall think in what? In evil thought. The Lord's going to put it there, right? Yeah, so this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 17. For the power, the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, have put in your heart, right? He put in your heart, la'ab, your mind, to fulfill his will, right? Man, ultimately, the Lord, whatever you want to put in your mind to fulfill his will, right? And to agree, right? And to give their kingdom unto the beast, right? And unto the words of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, shall be fulfilled. That until the words of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai shall be fulfilled. Right, going into World War III, right? And the woman which thus saw it is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth, right? And that's Trump. He we control it. We do this, which goes into the Edomites all together. But one Edomite don't agree about how the other Edomites want to rule, because you have these 13 families, and they all have their idea of how. I mean, they all agree with the micro C-hip, but they don't agree about how this should go this way or this should be this, and they don't agree who's supposed to be the front man and the top person or the top country, right? Because they don't really want it to be this place anymore, right? They may not, so they may not agree with. Matter of fact, let's scroll up. Here it is. It says, and the 10 horns which thus saw it upon the beast, right? Because they're all collectively coming together. The G7, even though the BRICS, so-called, saying that they're separating, it's all a game. Because how are they? Think about it. They all countries that so-called battling against each other, even Iran, even though it's supposed to be Persia, when it came to the CV-19, all of them locked down. That's why it was called a global, scamdemic, right? They all were a part of it. Every ruler, everything, but the Lord has the way that he could put evil thought in their mind, right? So they're all part of it. It says, and the 10 horns which thus saw it upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, right? And ultimately, even the NATO, EU, they're gonna hate her. These shall hate the whore, right? And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire, right? And that's dealing with, during the Third World War, they're gonna even her mother, right, which is England, she'll be ashamed of her, and gonna shoot fire upon America, Babylon the Great, right? Even your allies, all these nations are gonna shoot missiles upon it, because that's what the Lord said. Yeah, so this is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes. How is the Lord going to stir them up? You got it, the mind, right? He's going to put it in their mind. You have it. The Lord's definitely going to put it in their mind. He's going to stir up the Medes and put it in their mind against them, which shall not regard silver. And as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Hey, look, the Lord's going to put it in their minds. You know, man, Esau's greedy. But at this point, the Lord's going to put such an evil thought in him. Now, I don't want your gold. I don't want your treasure. I don't want your land. I want your blood, right? That's it. That's all they're gonna be on 10, and all they see is red. They're gonna just go in. And the Lord's gonna stir up that mind, that thought process to have an evil thought, right? And the Medes is just dealing with Russia, but all of them, even their allies, even America's allies, are gonna shoot missiles upon this place, right? It says, should not regard silver. As for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bowls, right, which is talking about the ICBM missiles, also shall dash their young men into pieces, right, the military, but right along with this place, Babylon the Great, right, this great big old city, right, and they shall have no pity upon the fruit of the womb. So whether they're pregnant, which is talking about, because I ain't talking about military people, that's talking about here in Babylon the Great, because people are walking around, you know, the women are pregnant, the children are playing, they're doing all sorts of things, and they're going to shoot missiles in this place, not even caring that, you know, the little kids on the goddamn carousel, you know, right, as you seen that on the, right, oh, going back to Terminator, right, Sarah Connor, when she grabs the fence, what was she looking at? The little kids playing. They're not going to regard the children, man. Not even going to think about it, man. You just hit the button and send the missiles, man. Right? Not regard, not have pity on the fruit of the womb. Neither eyes shall not spare children. Right? That's them ICBM missiles. Them ICBM missiles don't have feelings, man. All they have is coordinates. That's it. Directions, coordinates, latitude, longitude. That's it. That's all they know. Right? Saying, and Babylon, right, which is the daughter of Babylon, which is America, the glory of the kingdoms, right? Because it said the one who ruled over the kingdoms. Right? It was the glory of all the kingdoms. You ruled over the kingdoms. The beauty of the Chaldeans, right? All this witchcraft and basically you tricked everybody into following along, to doing the CV-19 and locking down the whole globe so you could push the New Ordo so you could do your thing and giving it a shot. But when they realize it's not gonna work, you know, it's like a bitter woman, man. It's gonna act like a bitter woman, man. That's it. They all just come and lash out against you, right? Shall be as when the power, the power, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Those 5 cities, right? With Sodom and Gomorrah. And there were 5 other cities, which America's what? That great city, right? Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. And it says, and it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall their shepherds make their fort there, right? Yeah, so in the midst of all these different things happening, World War III, them fighting, all these different things, which is actually going to happen, Yahushua is going to come in the midst of all this. And it says, and I beheld, and lo, which means to look, behold means feast your eyes, look, pay attention, or lo means to look, right? Same thing. That man, which is talking about Yahushua, waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, which are the angels, and when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him, right? Because he's coming in a chariot, right? So I'm just skip to the point. Because while they're fighting, like I said, they're gonna try to fight against the Lord. So this says they're gonna go against the Lamb, right? It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven, which is talking about the four corners of the earth, right? Of heaven, which is talking about the earth. All the militaries from all over the earth gathered together, right? In World War III, because the Lord said he's going to bring them down to the valley of Yehoshaphat, which that's pretty much what they're in right now. But all of them, and then you just seen, was it North Korea sent military over to Ukraine to help Ukraine. So the Lord is allowing, you see how the Lord's working, and he's drawing them. So pretty soon, America got to say, hey, they brought North Korea in. We need you to bring South Korea in on our side. Then Japan's going to come in, and all these other, man, bro, all these militaries are going to be there. And that's what it is. And the number out of the four winds of heaven to subdue the man, right? To come against Yahushua, come against the Lamb that came out of the sea, which is talking about the Shemayim, which is the heavens, right? Which, because the heavens, it's water too. It's water, Shemayim, which, right? And it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had given himself a great mountain and flew upon it. And so you have never seen a flying mountain ever in your life. So this is talking about a chariot, a UFO, a UAP, a orb, but this orb is going to be huge. You ain't going to mistake this. You're going to know that it's Yahushua, right? You're going to know that it's Yahushua. And they have plans to fight against him. And we read the scripture. They're going to fight against the Lamb. And this is it. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was driven and could not, right? Because it came from the heavens, man. And it's heavenly and it's powerful, right? And lo, I saw the violence of the multitude that came, and he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword, neither any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, right? Concentrated laser beams from the chariot, right? Out of the lips as flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempest, man. And that's what the Lord is going to do, man. Out of the chariots, right? They come in to fight against him. The chariot's too powerful. It's too big. It's too everything, man. It's literally, what do they call it? It's out of this world, man. And that's exactly what it is, man. Right? It's coming from a heavenly place. Disappear, reappear, change sizes, going through a wormhole, pop out on the other side. Hey, bro, endless what Yahushua is going to be able to do. So, with all that, I'm going to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. The elder apostles, the bishops in Connecticut, to the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, the elect, shalom to the elect, To the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. Abba Babal, Kwam Yasharala.